Hey guys, it's me, Peter, and today I will show you the top 20 Cydia tweaks that I'm using every day on my iPhone 5s. So here we go. First one is called Smart Tap. This tweak brings the Android knock feature to iOS. Simply double tap on the screen to wake the phone up. This is to check if you have any new notifications. You can also double tap on the home screen to lock the phone. You can also slide up from the bottom on the lock screen to unlock the phone. If you're not using any passcode, this will take you immediately to the home screen. And speaking of unlocking the phone, the next tweak is called Stride 2. This replaces the passcode with a gesture that you have to draw on the screen. For example, I set up mine with a check as my unlock gesture, and there you go. If you draw something not close to the one you set, the iPhone will not unlock, as you can see here. I like this better than the default way where you have to punch in a passcode. Let's go back to the lock screen for the next tweak. This one is called Convergence, and this totally replaces the lock screen. Here you still have the time and date. Just slide to the right to access the system toggles and the brightness slider, and then slide to the left to go to the camera app. Next, slide down from the top of the screen to access some widgets, like the weather, battery status, RSS feed, and the calendar. You can download more widgets if you want. Also, there's no more slide to unlock. Instead, you get the small icon that you need to slide up to unlock the screen. Next tweak is called Lock Screen Extender. This tweak extends the lock screen so you can view and read the notifications without rushing. The default is 20 seconds, which I think is too short. With this tweak, you can change it between 30 seconds to 5 minutes. For me, I think 1 minute is the perfect duration for the lock screen. It's enough time for me to read the time, the weather, or any new notifications that I got. Next tweak is called Springboard 3. This tweak lets me customize a lot of things on my iPhone, like changing the carrier to the Apple logo, adding another row and column on the Springboard icons, as well as change the size of the icons. I also use the tweak to remove the dark background, to add another icon here, and to remove the icon labels, as well as the page dots. It is also responsible for the TV-like animation that you can see every time I lock the phone. These are just some of the things that you can do with Springboard 3. Next, I'm using custom folder icons to change the folder icon to any image I want. No more grid-like icons or transparent square box. Simply upload the image to your phone using CyberDoc or any similar app that lets you browse your phone's system files. Then rename it with whatever name you have for that folder, and that's it. Now, my folders look just like any icons on the page. Next, I'm using the tweak called Hide Home Time to get rid of the status bar time since I already have a time widget on the home screen. If I open an app, the time shows up again on the status bar so you can still see it. And if I go back to the home screen, the status bar time disappears again. This is really great if you're like me who don't want any redundancy. Next, we have no % sign, which simplifies the status bar battery to only show the exact number, and tiny bar, which slims down the notification banner to cover just the status bar area. I like it because it's so minimalistic and it doesn't really obstruct anything on the screen. Next tweak is called Boxy 2. This tweak lets you move all the icons as a group to anywhere on the screen. You can move all of them to the middle of the screen, or to the top half of the screen, or to the bottom half of the screen, which is what I did here to give room for the widget above. Next tweak is called No Page Bounce. I only have one page on the home screen, and before I installed the tweak, there's a bounce effect whenever I try to swipe to the left. I really hated that, but thanks to this tweak, there's no more bouncing effect if I try to swipe on the screen. Next tweak is called Multi-Icon Mover Plus. This allows me to move multiple icons or folders to other pages on the home screen, or even into folders. Simply tap and hold on any icon, then select the icons or folders you want to move, then go to that page or folder where you want all of them to be, and press the home button. This is really convenient because you don't have to move the icons or folders individually, which was very annoying to do. Next is Side Delete 7, which lets me delete any Cydia apps right on the home screen without going into the Cydia app to uninstall them. Again, just tap and hold an icon, and then tap the X sign next to the app you want to delete. Next tweak is called OXO 2. This tweak combines the control center and the multitask switcher. Simply swipe up from the bottom to access them. Next, if you're inside an app, just swipe up from the bottom right to quickly go to the home screen without pressing the home button. Also, if you swipe up from the bottom left, you can quickly switch between apps. This is really an awesome tweak. Next one is called Flip Control Center. This tweak lets you add more system toggles and apps on the top and bottom rows of the control center. Simply swipe across to access more toggles and apps. Next is iWidgets. There are so many widgets that you can download from Cydia, but the one I really like is called 7 o'clock, which shows the weather, the time, and the date. You can also move this widget anywhere on the screen. Next tweak is called Activator. This tweak lets you use gestures on the screen to activate an action. For example, if I double tap on the status bar, it will open the camera app. If I swipe to the left on the status bar, it will let me compose a quick message. And if I swipe to the right, it will let me make a quick phone call. Those are just few examples of what you can do with the Activator tweak. Next one is called Alt Keyboard 2. This is a very convenient tweak that lets me quickly type in numbers and other characters by simply swiping up from a key. This way, I don't have to change the keyboard layout to enter a character not found on the current layout. Next tweak is called Touchpal. This tweak adds T9 texting. Let me quickly erase this first. So for example, if I want to type hey, I just tap on 4, 3, and 9 and it automatically types in the word. You can also choose from these suggestions if you want a different word. If I swipe on the keyboard, it will change the keyboard layout to a swipe keyboard. I'm not really good at this yet, but I just like that I have the option to switch between the two keyboard types whenever I'm typing. And the last tweak is called Handy Dialer. This tweak lets you quickly find contacts in the phone app. Simply type a name or the first few digits of their contact number and their name should pop up. This is also very convenient. So there you go. Those are the tweaks from Cydia that I use every day on my iPhone 5s. If you have any questions or if you need any help with these tweaks, just leave a comment and I will try my best to help you out. Thanks so much for watching and have a nice day. Bye.